It's Pam Maldonado here, and today I'm going to do a short little training on PowerPoint secrets that will reduce your stress factor. And when you're creating graphics, and like when I create graphics, a lot of times I'll use PowerPoint, but there are some shortcuts that I have found that are amazingly beautiful for your mind. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to get full page screenshots, and then we are going to do the add your website or parts of your website to these device mock-up things. It's very cool. We're going to talk about removing the backgrounds of any image, and it's free, and it's like just a click and it removes the background. And then I'm going to show you a bunch of other little tips. So first, let's go to these full page screenshots. Let's see if I've got the right slide here. Nope. I'm going to go here, like a full page screenshot, like this. So this was off of your signature coaching site. This is the entire page. Now, I never knew before how to do an entire page. So I would take a screenshot of like the first part, and then I'd scroll down and do another screenshot and have to glue them together. But I'm going to show you how you can get the whole thing. And then once you get it to how you want it, you just crop out the pieces that you want, and you have the size that you want. And so to do that, there's a Chrome extension that I don't know if you can do it with other ones. I know you can do it with Chrome. It's an extension, and it's called one-click full page screenshot. And it's like this. Let's see. The extensions are over here. In the tools, and go to extensions. And then I already have it loaded in mine, but what you would want to do is go to the market, open the Chrome web store, and then you can search for the one-click, no, what was it called? One-click full page screenshot. One-click full page screenshot. And it's this one. And because I already have it, it says to rate it, but you would just, it would be like this, add to Chrome. Okay, so you get that thing, and then it is going to put a little picture or a little camera up here. And all I have to do to get this whole page on one screenshot is click on that. And this little guy runs across here while it's taking all the pictures. And then it will download the picture right here. It should come down pretty well. There it is. There's the whole thing right there. Okay, and then you can download it, but to download it with this thing, you can download it with this one. Never mind. So then you can just click download, and it goes right down here into your downloads. Next time. And then I could also go, so when on your site, I know that when you click on the register for the webinar, it's going to go to this page, and I know that you wanted to include that. And so here, I'll just take another little picture of that. Little guy runs by. When he's done running, here it is, all in one. There's a bunch of stuff you can do with it here, but don't need to. I'm going to download that picture. There it is there. And then I'll go back into PowerPoint. And I know that the one is, that's exactly what it's going to look like, so I'm not going to take the time to do anything with that, but I'm going to add in that second picture in the downloads, and I think it was this one. Yep. And so now I can shrink this down and do whatever I want with it. But now you've got the whole thing. If I get these ideas out of here, if I right click on this, I can crop it. So if I don't want to have that bottom part there, or if I want to bring the sides in, whatever, you know how to crop. So anyway, we have that, and up here, maybe you only want to have the top part down to here. Double click on there, and there you got both of those things. Okay, so that's how to get a full page screenshot using a Chrome extension called One Click Full Page Screenshot, and just go to the Chrome store, and that's a free extension, and you can do all that magic with it. Okay, so now on this section we are going to do, I'm going to show you how to easily add parts of your website to device mockups. So let's go down to, that's one picture of it, right here. So I've already taken a screenshot of it, but we're going to go and do a better one. And we will also make it a transparent background. So to do that, go to this website, and I'll pull that up. And then in here, you put the address of the website that you want to get the images from. Okay, so I put in your signature coaching website, and then this loads. It brings up your website. Now you see, you look at that and you go, it's the same thing on each device, big deal. Now we're going to be able to change it because it's like these things are live. First of all, you can make things disappear like that. So if you only wanted one thing on your, because we'll do a screenshot of it and download it. So if you just wanted the phone, you could do that. You can do any combination of those things. Okay, you can make the iPhone full screen. It'll take off the little top parts. And you can make your mock-up larger. You can also, I just found this out, you can also take these things and move them around. So that's kind of cool. You can also change the angle. And I'm going to show you how to change the angle in PowerPoint when you're creating things. So on here, a lot of times it's best, unless you're not going to do anything else with it in PowerPoint. If you want the angle, then you can download it with the angle. And you can also change the background color. So if you want to have a red background, you could do that right there. So let's get this back to white for right now, whitish color. Okay, so now look at how I can scroll through your page, your website, and I can stop it wherever I want. So let's say I want to have just this part of it on that page. I can go over on this device and I can pull up and have that part. Let's, on the phone, maybe there's a part that these little check mark things. And over here, we'll just leave this one here. The other cool thing is you can actually click into there and it goes to your next page. So maybe we'll just leave that one on there. Okay, so now we're just going to take a screenshot of it. And we're not going to use this thing because you have to do another, you got to add on some more stuff. So I just use what I have as a snipping tool, and you could probably do just a regular screenshot too. But for this thing, I'm just going to use the snipping tool, and I'm going to grab this picture like that, and I will save it. Let's call it signature 3. We'll put it in your graphics folder. I'll close that up. Okay, now, and you could do multiple of this while you're still in on the same website. If you wanted to pull up some other ones, you could do that too. If you wanted to click in here and take another part of this, maybe you just want to have that part on there. It's just kind of a lot of things you can do, and it's so dang simple. Okay, so now let's get that download. Let's go back to our PowerPoint, and then let's get the new image and put it in here. Insert pictures from this device, and I mean, that's a beautiful picture. It looks better than this one does. Now I'm just going to delete that one out of there for right now, and then get these ideas out of the way. Now, so let's just roll right into how I would do this. I'd go like, well, I don't want that white background. I don't like the white background. Okay, so I'm going to remove the background on that image. So I'll leave this one here so we can compare it. So to remove that background, we go to remove.bg, right? That's pretty simple. Wait till you see it. It's just so cool. So I go to that website, remove.bg, and let me get out of here. That's what I did before. And get out of there. Now I just go to upload the image. It's uploading. It's just crazy. Look at that. The background is gone, right? It's gone. This is the original. Now, sometimes when you do this, it will take away, like the white, it'll take away something that's inside of here. You can make this bigger so you can you can see in there to make sure all the pieces are there. But I'll just show you what you do if that happens. It's so easy. First, what I'll do is I'll just erase something. Okay, so this is the size of the brush. I'm just going to erase that. So, you know, you pull it up and you go, oh, dang, part of the picture is gone. Just click on restore, and it'll make the brush a little bigger, and it just puts it all back in. Don't go out here because it will, see if I do this, it's going to put the background back in, but you can do that little deal and get rid of it. The other cool thing is if you click on background here, you can put it on different, you could choose a background from here if you want to, like that, or you can do just straight color. Say you want to have this blue background. You can choose from any of those things. You can also blur your picture, and that's different degrees of blurriness. So let's get this back to just a transparent picture. And then I'm just going to download it. Download it. Now I'm going to go to my PowerPoint, and I'm going to insert that picture. Is that not just gorgeous? Ooh, look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, then let's see. I think we're to the point of doing the little tips and tricks. I'm just going to start with this image. I wanted to show you a couple of things. I click on that image, and now if I go up here in PowerPoint and Home, and if I go to Shape Effects and go down here to 3D Rotation, and I just wanted to show you the different things you can do with your picture. See, that's that other perspective that we talked about. You can do all kinds of really cool things with it. Okay, and I mean, you can just mess around with all those things, whatever angle you want. So let's say we want that angle. Okay, let's say we want two of them. I don't know, so I'm going to click on here, I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste. So I've got two of these things. It keeps giving me these ideas. And maybe I'll make one a little bit smaller, but let's just put these two here for right now. And then if I click on both of them, now when I go up to do shape effects, it will do it to both of them. So if I want them both to face that way, if I want them both to face that way, it will do it like that. Or undo it, and then maybe I want to take it and go here and turn that one in so they face each other. Okay, then another thing we can do is we can add shadow. Now I'm going to change the background on this. Go to format background and let's make it white. So if I just change the transparency, because I think we'll be able to see this a little bit better on here. If I move this in here, and now I'm going to click on that picture and I'm going to go to the shape effects, and you've got these presets. So if you want to give it a different look, if I click on that, now you can see how it kind of changed the look of the whole thing. I'm going to take this out of here for right now. Get that out of here. And shape effects. All of these things will give it a different kind of a look. That kind of gives it the shadowy thing, all that kind of stuff. Just so you know, so you'll be able to move things around and make them look different. Make them look better or make them stand out. And then some of those shape effects. The shadow's already there, but you see how that really put a shadow, it really put a different shadow in there. With that, you can do all the different things with the shadows. Reflection is kind of cool too. I like how that, gives it a reflection down there, gives it more of that professional look I think that we were looking for. And I don't use the glow much. The bevel, we already went over that. Okay, so that's just a quick little thing about just quickly adding different dimensions and perspectives and things to it. Now, a couple of other things. I wanted to show you this. I believe this was a list of things you had made about the consultant launch blitz. It was like a list, and so I made it into an infographic. And we can enlarge it so you can see it a little bit better. And I made this in Canva, and in Canva you can change the background color and all this. I mean, everything on here is changeable. So that one I did through Canva. But again, on this, you can take it, and I'm going to change this background again. Let's do the transparency to white. Again, if I click on this and go to home and go to shape effects, I can give this thing different perspective so that when we want to put it in a group of some type of a display thing, it's just so cool. You can do this with all of them, or give it a shadow, and give it some more depth. Okay, now down here, I just wanted to, okay, on this one, this is one I'd made before and you saw that. And you can see on here now, after I showed you some of these things, how on this image, I added a reflection to it. And then I added, this was just a text box, and I added that bevel to it, to the shape effects. This right here is actually 3, you can see it's 3, I pasted it 3 times, and then I took this one page right here and I turned it out. So you can see how that's turned out. And that is actually this slide. So I just took that and put it in there. And I copied it and I pasted it 3 times. And then the funnel pages, same kind of thing. And then these were all those emails. And then pasted them in as groups into this one page. Then I started thinking about, well, gosh, you know, we talk about a full display, and I didn't get a lot of time to get this done. I just wanted to see how it would look. We talked about 8 core training programs, and I don't know what's in them, so I just grabbed packages that I had, and I started messing around with them and putting them in here to see how we could display this. And so these things are all, I think I had them all grouped together, but I guess I don't have this one grouped together. You can move them around to however you'd like them to be. But this one, see, like this one, this whole package is grouped. That's that same slide that I had made, but it was a transparent slide. This was that other slide that we made, and we can move these around to however we want to. And again, you can put the perspective on them. So if I click on that, go to Home, go to Shape Effects, and go to Rotation. This thing is really lagging. If I click on that, well, here, we'll go into Preset. See how that shifted that? Gives it a whole different look. And again, if we would format the background, sometimes if we just take it to a different color, or something's really slowing all this down. So that way you can see on here all the shadows and the depth that it gives it. I have no idea why that's white like that, but and then another tip, screen. I don't like it when it does this because I feel like it's going to just crash. Okay, I'm going to just leave that like that. This right here, everything is grouped together. This is the nightmare that I had until I figured out how to get them all put together, and when you resize it, to get the words to resize along with it. I need to show you that. Well, first of all, I wanted to show you this because I recreated your training center. I don't know if you like that one any better or not. Okay, so if you're putting together multiple things like this, right now these are all grouped together, and I want to show you the really cool thing when you resize it. Let's say I want to make it small. Now look at the words are all messed up. They're not right anymore. Leave it like that and go up here and go to your sizes for your words and just start down clicking and watch how every text on there shrinks proportionately. It is just so cool. I was clicking on every one on week, on module, every one of those to change them because I didn't know it. So now if I make it big, the words are wrong. They're too small. So now I go to Home in the text and I just start clicking up until I get them to how I want them. So that's pretty cool like that. Also, when you have it all clicked together like that, you can change the pictures easily. Go to Shape Fill and like that. They all changed all at one time. And So to group and ungroup, right now they are grouped together, but to ungroup you go into Align, click on Ungroup, and now you can see everything in there is separate. And let me click on that. Now I can click on just this one and move it, or I could take, maybe it's week 5 I want to pull out. If I grab it just right, it'll get just the page. You know, I could pull that out. You can even take that one page. If you click on the outside, it'll grab the whole page and not every single module inside. But you can take that and you can also rotate just that page. So it'll pull them out like that. But I am going to put those all back together, and I'm doing Control Z to get back to have everything grouped again, because if you want to use those and make changes to them, that's the way that you would want to do it. This was a nightmare because I had done the same thing with all 21 emails on here until I found out you can just group them and you can make them larger or smaller. And again, if we wanted to just take this one and put reflection on it to match that other reflection, we can go right here and we could choose that reflection. There's full reflect. I mean, it's just different kinds of reflections you might want to have on there, or you might not want them. Okay, let's see what else it was. Those are all the templates, so you could just take them to do different, I mean, you can change the wording on them and everything. You can just click right in here. Oh, because it's grouped. I have to ungroup it. Ungroup. Now I can click in here and I can start typing. Oh my gosh. Why can't I? Ungroup it some more. Oh, I know why, because I took images. Never mind. I used images, that's why I can't. But let's go through these other ones. So I just took them, so it's just different images, different views, different perspectives that maybe you want to take to use for different things. There they are, like close up and bigger. And again, if we could just take one, shrink one or not, or you could I do a Control A, I don't know what select all is on a Mac, and then I can just shrink those babies down and it'll take that title thing and do it too. But again, you can go into Home and on your text sizes, and to get your text all shrunk back down again to where it should be. I just think that's so cool. So I'm going to Control Z it all back to where it was. And okay, we'll go down to the next slide. Maybe it doesn't want to go. Okay, that one. On this, I didn't know for the 8-week intent, step by step, made these little things and then shrunk them down. You know, I put a glow thing on there. So, and I also put blah, blah, blah. So we might want to put the right wording on it. I'll show you that. Because I didn't know what each week was. So we put blah, 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 but it's all like interactive. And then like this, so we could write in whatever it is that you want. And here are these modules. They're beveled. You can write in there whatever you want. I guess different kinds of funnels. You can just change the backgrounds on any of this. Change the background color, right click it, format background. And if you want it just be white, you can just change the transparency. But if you just want a different color, click on there. Or if you want to go with a gradient, you can do that. And they have the preset colors in here. If you want to use, do like that kind of stuff. So let's leave it like that for now. Same thing there. These are the screens with the new training center thing on it. And then down here, we took every one of these and put them onto those screens so you can easily pull them off. They are transparent. So whatever you put them on, they won't have a background. And this one we didn't have before, so I made that one. And it is on a screen somewhere too. And there it is on the tablet. So the webinar side by side, I didn't have your webinar slides. These are some that I had. So I put gray over the top of them so they're a little bit blurry. And an order form, and I believe this order form I covered up the $9.97. I just put a text box over it. So that was just one of those screen capture things where you capture the entire page and then just cut a chunk out of it. This was being able to crop out what you want out of that full screenshot, and you can move these around. It's got an edge on it and a little bit of an effect to it. And let's see, I think that is about it. The rest of the stuff it's the older things. I just ding around and place things. So I think that is it. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too much. There is so much, it's hard for me to stop. But